Good morning, everyone. How are y'all? How are y'all? No notifications. What has happened? L Kirby US 20 months of sub and 2DQT with the follow. Thank you both. Thank you both very much. How are we doing? How are we doing this morning? Ooh, I just realized I'm tired. Still tired. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Finally get to catch a live stream. You're welcome, experienced novice. Thank you. Thank you. Glad you made it. How am I feeling? Pretty good. So, FYI, for those who didn't know, I got 3 shots on what day was that? Monday afternoon or Tuesday? Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday afternoon. 3 shots Tuesday afternoon. So I never got like super sick. I never got like chills or fever. I was just straight exhausted, just like completely beat. Like I've never napped so much in my life, and like just sleeping and napping and sleeping and napping. Like we were doing the podcast yesterday. I was like going into the podcast, I was like, oh, I'm feeling pretty good doing the show. And like halfway through the show, Mike's doing the ad read. I'm typing in the doc, like, okay, we need to wrap it like at this point in the show because I finished that, wrote it up, and then went and got in the bed for like 2 more hours. So feeling good today though. So like 2 days of tired, but never got like overly sick. And like I was pretty sore, right? But like no chills, no fever, no nothing like that. So just tiredness. So I think I'm past it for the most part. So seems pretty good. Although as soon as I started talking today, I was like, oh, I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of tired. I am extra fortified. Happy Casual Thursday. We're half cash today. We did throw on a hat because I'm lazy. Pen show weekend ahead. Colorado Pen show this weekend. Hope you have a good time. Dank shirt. Thank you. I had no problems with the latest booster. Yeah. So like I had the booster and then I had my flu shot and then I had my shingles shot. So it was a lot, but it was planned accordingly. I scheduled it when I didn't have a lot to do, not realizing I was going to release a bunch of pens I needed to ship. So we'll get to that this afternoon. We'll start shipping some Montegrappas this afternoon. If any of y'all were waiting on a notification for that, that's going to happen as soon as this stream's over today. We're going to go do that. At least it's a really cool hat. I love this hat. It's just like this random hat. I got Instagram added this hat, and I was like, yeah, I need that hat. Excuse me. So will the Diplomat with the bulk fill be another Curidas, and that it's a good idea that needs to be iterated, but may not get the chance? I thought about that a lot when we were talking about that yesterday. It's like I really want version 2 of the Curidas. Like I've been on the thing. I've been on the bandwagon for that pen, and it could just be a little bit better. I want to see the iterative part of that. So yeah, it's like. Let me give me round 2. It's like I like what you're doing. Like I like what you're doing, Diplomat. I like what you're doing, Platinum. Like good first pass. I'm gonna wait and see. Is this thing on? Can old people join? I just got a shingle shot this week, so this is definitely old people friendly. We're definitely old people friendly here. I am definitely at the age of shingles, so enjoy your lurk, Lady Tamara. I want to do the review comparison Conan, Diplomat, Opus, and what CY does. Yeah. So I think I got a Curidas last week from Amazon for $20. That is way worth it. Like, I don't dislike the Curidas at all. It's quite enjoyable. The nib is great. It's just a little wide, a little bit wonky with the design, with the hidden shark fin on the back of the barrel. So, do I even have that in here? Do I have my Curidas in here? I haven't used the Curidas in a while. It's not in here. I thought the Curidas was in here, but it's not. Heath with the 5 months of subbing. Thank you so much for the Bezos bucks. I wasn't paying $90 for a Curidas. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's completely fair. But by the same token, I'm shocked the Curidas was only $90. Michelle with the 14 months of subbing. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Should I do classwork or watch the stream? Honestly, why not both? Keep the stream up. Do a little classwork here. A little chit chat in the chat there. Curidas is like the vanishing point. Yes, I was gonna get mine out and in case people weren't familiar with it, but I think it's in the other room. But yeah, it's a retractable plastic barrel from Platinum. I just picked up a VP again after years of not having one without a clip, and it's a game changer. Love it. Yeah. I'm still on the Decimo bandwagon. I got to get one. I think I'm going to really like the Decimo. VP greater than Curidas? Absolutely. I would be shocked if someone said the opposite. If anyone is Curidas greater than the VP, I would like to talk to you. Pekka Purple Plumes, thank you for the gifted sub. Appreciate you so much. Appreciate that. Tam Servo, 10 months of sub, and thank you for all hanging out today. Sorry I couldn't make it yesterday. I literally practically passed out after the podcast yesterday. It was all I could do to get through that, but feeling much better today. Much better today. So I think we're past the bulk of it. VP is also a lot more money. I mean, it is. You could get some used VPs. Like I would get one of those 90s style VPs if you could find a used one for like $100. Like you can get some good decent deals on VPs. Actually, I'm gonna sell one for a reasonably good deal here soon. I pulled a bunch of pins to sell, which I just got to get through the write-ups and the pictures and all that. But yeah, there's definitely a VP in there. Just don't get the stub nib one. Oof. Curidas came in at the right time as the VP went up in price. Yeah. Man. So it's been a year and a half for the Curidas. So like coming up in February, it'll be 2 years, I think, on the Curidas. And we never got anything else from Platinum after like the first batch of like, hey, there's a problem with these cracking feeds. Applesauce boy with the posture check. I really do probably need that. Get my armrest up right. Good morning, Loud Noises. How are you? Loud Noises. I now have a usable Peridot green Decimo thanks to Annabelle. Did Annabelle remove the clip? Tuned in late. Shots go well. Shots went well. Like, I was completely exhausted for like a day and a half, but never got like chills, feverish, aches, body aches and pains, like just straight up exhaustion. So lots of naps, lots of sleep. So as well as it could go, right? I timed it purposefully to manage that, and I think it went well. So I think we're good. Did you mention selling a Pilot Vanishing Point or a Curidas Vanishing Point? My Stormtrooper Vanishing Point. As much as I love it, I never use it, right? So I don't even know what nib I have in there. So that'll be on the list when I write them up. Do you Pfizer or Moderna? That's a good question. We were talking about that, and then I forgot. I'd have to go look at my thing. Good morning, Boo You. Oh, Annabelle grounded to a near needle point at the London Pen Show. Oh, that's great. I'll be getting my first old person shot soon as well. Yeah. That was a big needle. Any favorite notebook recommendations? Do you have access to Midori stuff? I love Midori stuff. My VP came with a very broad medium nib, and I can't do it. I need an extra fine on that pen. I can range in the Vanishing Point. I can't do the extra fine on well, I'll say this. I can't do Platinum stock extra fine on the Vanishing Point because the barrel is a little bit wide. I would rather the extra fine on a Decimo with a narrower diameter barrel. Thank you, Zane's dad. I am feeling much better. I've definitely come around. And I'd say I'm like 90+% today. Feeling pretty good. Like maybe a little tired, but I think we're past all the stuff. So yeah. Fine is the nib for Vanishing Point. I completely agree. Like that's one of the few times where I don't recommend an extra fine nib for extra fine writers. Because I just don't think that's a very enjoyable nib. I had Pfizer shots, no issue. My wife's Moderna. She's always sick after the shot. My initial shot and booster was Moderna, but I can't remember. I think for some reason the pharmacy didn't get in the Moderna. I would have to look. So rest up. Can't have you falling off when they're in the middle of a boss fight this weekend. I might try to stream some Terrible Destiny this weekend if I can get my capture card working. I might have time to take apart my PC, reseat my capture card, and just throw the Destiny stream up there while we play terribly all weekend long. Because my wife's out of town and I don't have much scheduled, so we might be hanging out on stream this weekend. We'll see, playing some games. Game streams, yeah. So like the last time I tried to do it, my capture card wouldn't register the PlayStation. So, and like everything I was reading about it was saying I just need to go reseat the card. Well, I just haven't bothered to undo the PC yet, but it should be pretty easy. Like I can just take off the side pin, I'll reach in and grab it, reseat it, and we'll see if that works. It may not work. You didn't sign up for people actually see me play horribly. What'll be weird is they will only hear my audio, and you're better than me. So everyone's better than me at Destiny. I just like playing. It's fun. Just point your webcam at the computer monitor like a TikToker. Good morning, Lenny. 3, 2, 1 liftoff. These little boost things. 800 Rex. Let's go. So today, no real plans. So anything y'all want to talk about? Y'all did really good on my list of stuff for topics. Let's see what we got here. So I wrote down all the topic stuff yesterday, and we've already knocked off some of those things here. My plotter narrow, that's kind of been the jam. So I'm just catching up on stuff myself. So I have some. Ooh, that was my keyboard. As long as you're having fun, I'm totally having fun. But I really enjoy Destiny. Like sometimes it's overwhelming, like to play it like super casually like I do, but like sometimes you get into it and it's like really just kind of get in the groove. It's just kind of mindless and fun, and yeah, I really have fun. Today is hot takes day. Oh yeah. Let me think about that, Thunder Viking. Let me see if I am able to comprehend what's going on in the stream so far today, in that I can write down like the things as fast as y'all are talking about them, right? So yes, I did completely forget that. Hello, Japan. Glad you're here. It must be getting late over there. Must be getting late, or is already late. Glad you joined us. So I do have a couple of memberships I got to catch up on. I did have chicken pox when I was a kid. So what does that mean when you're later? Like you can't get shingles or something like that? I don't know. I don't know what all the rules are. All right, so I have some memberships I need to do. I will take these addresses off. So yeah, back to your comment, Thunder Viking. Let me think on that. I don't know if my comprehension level is not high. Like I feel good physically. I'm not sure I'm up for the mental part of that. That might be a Tuesday thing. The EF Jinhao number 8. So it's a number 8 EF, huh? It means you now have the shingles virus and your body shingles are the worst. Yeah, I just didn't know if it meant I had, like if I had chickenpox when I was a kid, what did it mean? So I used to play D1 and D2 a lot a couple years ago. I'd love to play again, but the kids are too young and need me more than I can dedicate enough time for that game. It is bullseye to a degree. It does feel like you get left behind in that game. It's a very busy game, but I've taken months off at a time and just come back. Like I don't obsess over, I'm not a gotta catch 'em all type of game player. I don't have the time for that. So I got my chicken pox in my late 30s, and my doc said I don't have to worry about shingles for 30 years after the chicken pox. Gotcha. Shingles is pretty much always a risk, just larger if it's been a long time since you had exposure. So yeah, it's been, 40 years probably. So you look fabulously svelte. Working on it, Peck. I hope that was for me. If not, I'm taking it. I'm a recovering video game completionist. Yeah. Once I love Destiny more than now that I don't have to do all the things. Like I'm not yelling, like my few Destiny followers in here will know, like I'm not in here yelling about red border weapons. Like y'all will know what that means. Like it's just whatever. Like if I get the one that I want, I'll be happy. Like I don't have to have all the things. So good morning, Tess. Jinhao number 8 nib is great. I have 0 number 8 nibs. I have the number 8 fitting for the shown design. Did he send me a nib with that? Maybe he sent me a nib. I've never, like, number 8 nibs are just, yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Andrew. I've definitely never used one. I don't know if I have one sitting around that Ian sent me to use with the number 8 fitting for the Ultim. But I've never actually physically used one. That's not my thing, right? I do have a KOP. Yeah. So I have gigantic nibs, right? But like the Yovo, the new number 8 hotnesses, I don't have that. But yeah, I do have the King of Pen gigantic nib, whatever size they call that. But not a Bach 8. Just don't, you're saying don't get a Bach 8. Number 8 is good for also eating cornflakes. I like your style, Peck. We're on the same wavelength here. All right, let me droid these. How's Andor going for everyone? Y'all apparently like Andor. Yovo 8s are just thicker 6s. I mean, right? I'll stick with my number 5s, thank you. I knew I liked you where you was. I knew we were besties. Is K250 the greatest droid ever or not? I mean, I would lean towards yes. Yovo 8 is not a better nib than Yovo 6, unfortunately. Kind of meh about Andor. Found Or to be meh. Okay, interesting. So I let my Disney Plus subscription lapse before I finish Mandalorian, so I'm not watching any of it right now. But it's one of those things is like, if I know I have a big binge coming up, I'll like resubscribe and then binge all the stuff. So I will try a number 8 nib one of these days. Yeah, I've heard She-Hulk has been pretty good. But like I've never been like complete like Marvel person anyway. Like I've watched like one of the Avengers movies and like one of the Iron Mans and like one of the Captain Americas. Like it's a lot. I've watched none of the Thors. Like all of those stuff I know I would like. It's me and TV, right? It's just generally not my jam. All right. Log into my brother's account. He has kids. Yeah, like a mandatory viewing. All right, we're going to switch this back while I write these addresses down. Here, so y'all watch the top of my head a second. Excuse me. I will definitely get a number 8 nib. Just to, like, that's something I have to have a reference point on, right? Addresses. Random bit of Apple iOS stuff. Spark Mail broke my heart. And I see Andrew's already emailing me this morning. Great. I'm back to mail.app chat, and it's kind of okay, but it is what it is. Edison Pens uses the Magna Carta number 8. That's actually probably, I should probably get an Edison with a number 8, shouldn't I? If I was going to break down and doing it. I didn't read past your headline, so welcome to my inbox. Andrew just got a live reading of my inbox. Yes, I got your email. No, I did not read it. That's my life. JV Paper and Pen, still learning, need Rex for long writing sections. I like a smooth writer and usually use the DP Plotter, Tomoe River, Kokoyu, Sarasa papers. Doesn't have to hold a lot of ink, just comfortable and a good writer. I mean, what about like Leonardo? Like what's a price point? Like what are we talking about here? No hurry, I don't expect anything for 2 weeks. Love it. You know me. My plan is to order custom Edison number 8 Ohio in November. Yeah, it makes sense. Pen BBS got a new pen with something called a touchdown filler. What's a touchdown filler? Oh, 300 or less? Oh, you're in great shape, JB. So the touchdown filler is an old Schaefer filling mechanism where basically there's a tube that extends out the backside of the nib. You'll have to go look it up. It's a very interesting little filling system. But basically there's this tube that goes into the ink bottle that draws up the ink, and then the tube retracts and it puts the ink in the pen. It's like, it's a whole thing. Yeah, so it's an old Schaefer design that they're trying to mimic or make modern. So Jacob, oh no, not Jacob, JB. I mean, you're really in a. Oh, that's the snorkel. Sorry, the touchdown is the one that like the inside snaps down, right, or something like that. My bad, no bod. You're right. The touchdown is more like a piston-esque type of thing. I spoke about that incorrectly. See, I'm gonna blame the shots on that. Like, I'm just gonna say like I'm not fully recovered after that answer, so y'all can just erase that part. I'm gonna erase that part from my memory. 42 is a prime number, just so y'all know. Just remember, you don't come here for knowledge. You come here for fun. Knowledge is a bonus. Sorry, I can't talk while I write addresses, especially since I already stamped these. I don't want to throw them away. That was a mistake, wasn't it? We will accept that excuse today only. Fair enough. Edit and post. Montegrappa supposedly has some kind of new filler. Roy and Tom eviscerated it last week on their cast. Oh, I'd like to see what that is. You sure it wasn't the Diplomat that we were talking about? Does larger nib equal larger feed, more ink? I would say that is, in general, a fair statement to make. Oh, Conklin. Yeah, that Conklin looks sketchy. Well, the Conklin's sketchy because it's like $1,000, right? That's the problem. So larger nib definitely means larger feed. Does it mean more ink? I mean, I don't think that's a direct line you can draw, but I think that's a fair assumption. How many times do people ask to see your favorite piece? Infrequently. But my favorite pen? Pretty frequently. Which, it's an impossible question to answer. Whoops. It might be, might not be, depends on the tipping how to. Yeah. So I'm always up to talk about favorite pens. So I always appreciate that question because the answer is different pretty much every time. All right, this is a long name. We got to start way on the left of this card. Sorry, spam risk. I mean, there has to be a band called Spam Risk, right? I mean, that's too obvious of a band name. It's an at-the-moment decision for favorite pen. I mean, there's a group, right? I think Spambot would be a better maiden name. Yeah. Got an Aurora Blue Mamba recently, and the nib is taking some getting used to. Why do you think Lambda Smith? I always find the Aurora nibs to be firmer than most gold nibs, which I personally like. So, but speaking of which, now's a good time to show you. If you haven't seen the blog today, hey, that's my hand. There's the blog. We got a decision made in a pen in for Sarah's NaNoWriMo journey next month. So thanks to y'all. and y'all's recommendations on the site and on Twitch, we went with the Aurora 88. The, what is this called? Unica Nera. So this is kind of the all black piston filling, extra fine nib. So this is what Sarah is going to be using. It has some feedback. Gotcha. It has an extra fine nib, and this will be the NaNoWriMo 50,000 word test pen for November. Pretty amazing, right? So thank you to Kenro Industries for helping us out with this. We will be shouting them out a lot for wanting to get be part of this little project that we're doing on the blog. So Sarah will be writing 50,000 words with just this pen for NaNoWriMo. Have you decided on an ink? Are you going to be changing inks, or what are you going to do? Have we talked about that? Needs a blood red ink? Well, you are talking to the right person in Sarah for that. So there is definitely no problem with blood red inks. But I don't think, have we talked about ink? Not that I care. I'm just curious. Are you going to use the same ink, or are you going to be switching it somewhat frequently? Use the Jinhao 750, had one wrecked to me as a stand-in to the Dream Pen. I have not. Has anyone else here? Isn't there a red calls writer's blood? Yes, and I'm pretty sure Sarah has it. She writes a lot in red. I mean, so Sarah writes horror mostly. I'll be changing inks right now. I have Robert Oster Muddy Water right now. Okay, so you're going to be switching it out at different points through the thing. I think that makes sense. 50,000 words, how many milliliters of ink is that? Well, we could see how many fills it takes. The Curadus was only compelling because I could remove the clip. Turns out it is uncomfortable. Clip on or off. Clipless Moonman wins. VP has some cool colors, but pricey. It will definitely... No Brad yesterday. They were much pulling of braids and rending of skirts. I know. I passed out after the podcast yesterday. I was done. What is the story about that you will be writing? If I know Inkwell Monster, and I do, there's probably like 3 to 5 stories in progress. Probably one large story and several small stories. Just got Dominant Industry Maple, and it's a nice reddish orange shader. That looks good. Ooh, the prequel to Bone Weaver's Orchard. So I'm gonna like get back on my Bone Weaver's Orchard copying. I can't believe it's been almost a year since I failed. Since I failed it last time. We'll get that out here in just a second and see where I'm at. Give me 1 second. I want to look at myself. Because I have like 9 or 10 pens inked up right now. I need to just start writing in the book. Maybe we'll do that right now. What else am I going to do today? I just need to stop putting it off. Especially, it's a really good time for me to copy a book when it's playoff baseball time, because there's always games at night, and I can just have them on for like 3 hours while I write. I love that book. I love that book too. I really do. I'm not just saying that because Sarah's my friend. 40K of the book written, but about 70K to go. Nice. I just hope the pen survives. I mean, part of me hopes it doesn't survive, right? Then we have a good story. I'm just kidding. On the pen survivability list, I would think that one would be pretty high. All right, so here, look, it's sitting right here on the desk. We can move it now. Sitting right here on the shelf, Bone Weaver's Orchard and the book. So for those of you newer stream followers, sitting outside reading, gosh, that seems amazing. As long as Kenro won't kill you, they won't kill you. Yeah, O4A only has like 20 of them, right? Oh, look at that, Skogsy. Skogsy remembers the old commands here. Y'all are smarter than me. I didn't even remember that. So this is Sarah's novel, The Bone Reaver's Orchard, which I loved. And good morning, Galaxy. How have you been? Are you all moved? Like, how can you like make pens move and then remember a command we haven't used for like a year? Like, I can't even remember that. So there's Sarah's book. She wrote something dirty to me here. I don't know what it says. I'm just going to assume it's dirty. Oh, we have a... So I'm not even halfway through copying the book. I'm on page 72-ish of like 186. So yeah, I'm not even halfway. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm not even halfway. But this is what I've been doing, is rewriting the whole book. This is a terrible idea. Whose idea was this? This is the dumbest idea I've ever had. Look, it looks cool though, doesn't it? This is supposed to be a gift to Sarah at some point. You know, it's pretty fun to flip through. Like, looking at it after the fact is like, man, this is sweet. But like, it's also intimidating at the same time. Yeah, it's a horror story. Well, I don't know. Would you call it a horror story? What do you call it? Gothic horror? We're using guidelines for that? No. It's the pages are dotted. I'll give you a close up here. So last thing I used was a pencil. That's interesting. So it's a dotted page. So no guidelines, really faint dot. Brad, are you getting excited to use the 5-year journal next year? I kind of am, right? Like, I get excited about stationery. So, yeah. So there's dots in there. So this is the Story Supply Co. What was this one called? I don't even know if they make it anymore. And I'm keeping an ink log here. We're definitely going to have extra pages. I'm keeping an ink log here of what I'm using so I can go back and look and see if I have any questions. What you're doing is basically a really long letter. Yeah, I know. For someone who never writes letters, that's a lot. So here's the one Brad thing that probably some of you can relate to. So as I was going through this, all right, so I'm going to let y'all inside my brain, which is a scary place. So as I was going through this on a day where I was writing, which last year was every day in November up until a point where I couldn't anymore. Hey, Dormouse Desk. So I would pick a pen for that day, right? And so in that session would usually end up being like 4 or 5 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. Okay, so this is one writing session. This. And that's like 2 hours to write 5 pages. Okay? So today, or any day that I couldn't commit to that amount of pages, or at least like 3 pages, like more than 2 pages, I would just choose not to write. Which is terrible, right? Why can't today I just go write 1 page? But I'll tell myself, if I can't write more than 1 page, why do it? And then so I never do it unless the timing is perfect. And it's such a bad way to do things. You know, it's because I want to use the same pen and ink for more than 1 page, right? So 1, 2. So I only use them for 2 pages here and 2 pages there. So maybe I've cut down recently. At least do 2 pages of a color. So yeah, that's a habit that needs to be, right? Don't let perfection be the enemy of good, right? Yeah, that's exactly right. How many pages could I minimally use to copy the Bone Orchard with a needlepoint Nagahara? What did we, Sarah, what did we determine the length of the Bone Weaver's Orchard was? How many words? Analog, not digital thinking. I have to remind myself of that. Sometimes do it 1 page a day, about 20 or 30 minutes. Right, that would be a lot better because, like, each page really does take, like, 20-something minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, right? I would do 5 pages would be like 1,000 words. So it's about 56,000 words. So that's why I chose this book. Well, I mean, I chose it because I wanted to read it again. But it's also not, 100,000 words, right? It's more reasonable. So 56K. So what did we say? I've done about probably not quite 25K. Yeah, it is a short book. It's a short book. So I've probably written, somewhere between 20 and 25,000 words here. So we got to keep going. So what I have to do is get in the habit of saying 30 minutes is okay. It doesn't have to be 2 hours, right? Because I was like worried, because I'm worried about, okay, my list here. Each one has like a range of pages. Was I numbering the pages? Yeah, I'm numbering the pages. So 65, so that's 66. So 68, 69 was this pencil. It's the Mitsubishi. Is it still over here? This is the last pencil I used. So this was 68, 69. Nice. Oh, I've written 69 pages. Nice. Is that right? Yeah, 69. Nice. So that actually goes here. So yeah, my hand would cramp up writing that tiny. So like this is just my normal handwriting. This is full pace normal handwriting for me. And you can tell the pens and combinations that work perfectly for me. Like whatever this is perfect. So let's look this up. So this was 64. Huh. It's the Pilot Juice 0.38 is what this one is. It's like that is perfect. Right? And then there'll be some I'll like less. Let's see if I can find one I don't love. Oh, that's a good one. I probably like all of them. Who am I kidding? That's a good one. That's a good one. I mean, it's all pretty good. Actually, if there was something I didn't like, I probably wouldn't have kept going. Yeah, I guess they all look pretty good. That's probably why they were inked up anyway. Yeah, there's actually nothing really bad. Actually, this first one isn't great. It's a little bit wide. The lines are a little bit wide. What is the first one? I think that's a Leonardo. Yeah, that's an extra fine. Oh, that's funny. Okay. This was, okay. This is telling. So I just said that this was not that great. This is a pen that I'm selling. I'm not going to tell you what it is. That's funny. Interesting. It's very consistent. Yeah. If I get the right nib and the right ink and the right pen, like it, I can just motor and it looks like this. Do Nikayas get more pages? I mean, I could do the whole thing with a Nikaya, to be honest. A Nikaya is a good writing pen for me, so that's where we're at. So we'll probably, maybe next week, we'll just start picking this up again and do a page or two on stream. Because it would literally be, do you have a price in mind for that pen? Yeah, I do. Email me. So yeah, like, I don't know that I could do like a 2-hour stream of me writing because I talk too much. Like I want to see what y'all are chatting about too. But I could pick off a page or two right during stream. I think that would be fine. So we'll do that. Okay, let's do a giveaway. Maybe I should do a Neil Gaiman with an 823. You should always do that. That'll be one of my first pins. Oh, I'm not quite done with this. We'll do a giveaway. So my whole impetus for bringing this out and wanting to start this is we're into like 9 and 10 pens inked up. Ocean at the End of the Lane was my second choice of book to copy. Just due to the size of the book. So Pomodors, I know. So the reason why I was talking about this is because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 pens inked up. And I don't want to clean them out till they all need to be used more. Like there's some that are used pretty heavily and then some that are not. So this is a great way to use those. I'm still waiting for my rickshaw order. We're at 3 weeks now. I saw they just put a post up yesterday or 2 days ago that they're finally back into their normal workflow. So hopefully it's not too much longer, but definitely feel free to email them and use my name. Say Brad said to ship my order this week. So I think Ocean at the End of the Lane was my second choice for this. Laughs in 16 inked up. So 12 is my, like, we're stressing when I get to this point. 12 is like really, really a mess. Learn from the great and powerful Toasty. What, ink up all the pens? Oh no, the Pomodoro timer. I got you. I do. Like a 20-minute timer. I have my 15-minute sandglass. So this is a 15-minute timer, which is probably pretty good for stream. You have that book signed? Well, I have this book signed. Ha, right there. Sarah said, you rule. Sandglass cam would be perfect. That would be funny. How could I do a sandglass cam? I don't have enough cams to do a sandglass cam, but that would be funny. I use my Gentleman Stationer 30-minute glass for writing sprints. 6 inked up is my balance. I think that's a great number. And then all of a sudden it morphs into 12, and here we are. So there you go. So expect some writing. Oh, can you hear it? No, you can't hear it anymore. When it was first going into the glass, you could hear it pretty well. Toasty, we just took your name in vain. Don't tell her. Don't tell her what we're talking about. 60 inked up is okay, right? That is not okay in any stretch of the imagination. If you want to give me a stroke, tell me you have 60 pens inked up. Oh, we were just talking about your Pomodoro timer. We were saying nice things. We were talking about the timer on your stream when you were writing. I'm at 10 inked. Yeah, 10 is where I start to like twitch a little bit. Brad, I'm going to be moving closer to you soon, interviewing for a role in Jacksonville. That is actually really close, like 3 hours, 3.5. Nice. Jax always looks like a cool town. You expect all the things from me? Oof. It would take me 2 weeks to clean 60 pens. The only reason I don't have 60 pens inks because I don't own 60. Yeah. It'd be interesting to see if the number of pens inks has a relation to the percentage of your collection. Yeah, I don't know. For me, 5 inked up is a lot, but I only own 10 pens. Yeah. I have 9 Aurora inked right now. Of course you do. 60 is more personalities than Herschel Walker has. Oh, Pack. The things I have to live through on a daily basis down here is... It's maddening. Denver Pen Show tomorrow. Let's go. All right, I'm supposed to be doing a giveaway. Let's do a giveaway. What do we got here? We are really running low, chat. I don't even know what some of this stuff is. All right, I guess so we can keep going down. We're down to the last few of the machine pens. It is time. We're gonna have to do a Closet of the Doom reboot here. It is time for the Icebox of Happiness to raid the Closet of Doom. It is. We're getting close to that time. Not exactly there yet, but we're close. So I don't know. This is another mystery mechanical pencil in this case. What a wonderful sentence that only makes sense here, right? Isn't that the best part? All right, this is really cool. This looks like Kelvin from Urban Survival Gear, but I don't know that it is. It's a mechanical pencil. It is really nice. Looks like a 0.5 millimeter, but like the nose cone is like completely integrated into the barrel. It's a wide clip. It's not really. It's just a small pencil, right? So this is the small tactile turn. This is the mini. So it's a pretty small. I just don't know who made it. So you can see it's kind of a small and thin pencil. Oh, from the body. Yeah. But it probably stands out because it's pretty narrow. So here's a spoke model 4. Like you can tell how small it is. So right, it's not a Hanshin Tiger Cap, no. I wish, that would be cool. So it's really neat, but I don't know. I can't tell you who made it. I don't know. What's the longest time it's taken anyone to receive a new pen and ink it up? I just have to do it immediately. Like I'm the wrong person to ask on that. I get yelled at because I receive packages and don't open them quick enough for the people who sent them to me, like repeatedly. So I am not the right person to ask. All right, so we're gonna give away this mechanical pencil. It's maybe Urban Survival Gear. I just can't, maybe Machine Era. It's really well made. All right, let's give this up. Do the delivery folks know what you do? Not really, because they're pretty inconsistent. When I had a regular UPS driver for a while, she knew what I did. The bank lady, I rarely go to the bank, but since the bank is in my business name is the same as the blog name, she like a while ago asked what I do. So now she's always asking me when I come in, like about the pens and stuff. So, okay, now I'm not that long in inking. This looks like 0.5 millimeter. Yeah, so she's been there for a decade or more. And like I rarely show up, but like my business name always like jars her memory. And she's like, oh, she's like, have you been in? Because I'll go to get like if I need to go travel, I'll get cash out, right? She's like, oh, have you been on any trips? You know, have you gone to any pen shows or things like that? It's pretty funny. All right, let's do. I'm almost certain this was a Kickstarter, but I just can't remember who made it. All right, this giveaway's open. Exclamation point raffle. Anyone can enter. You don't have to be a follower, subscriber, member. You don't have to live in the United States. I ship worldwide. Speaking of pencils. I wish I could show you all this text. Bots are welcome. Bots are not welcome. I mean, bot emotes are welcome. Brian just sent me the funniest emote, and I think I actually deciphered it. Let's see if there's an eraser under here. Oh, there's room for an eraser under here, but no eraser. God, I wish I knew who made this because it's exceptionally nice. I would like to give them a shout out. All right, where am I? All right, we're into our last batch of corgis here, and I threw away the charts. We had Toby, Whiskey. Does anyone remember the third name? So we did Toby, and we did Whiskey, and I can't remember the last dog's name. Does anyone remember? Toby, Whiskey. Can't remember. Oh well. We'll just call him Toby 2, right? So it looked like the pintail mechanism in the pencil. So the funny thing is I can't tell how to take this apart. There we go. I think so. Hang on, I'll be able to tell you. Does it say on the back side of the clip? It does not. Is that pintail? It's not pintail, so maybe it must be Schmidt. Ray Ricochet, thank you for the follow. So this is pintail on the right, so that's probably Schmidt. That would be my guess. All right, let me put this back together before I lose it. Oops. Sorry, I gotta get this. Rufus! Minky love. You got it right. What's up, Grey Web? Sorry. We gotta screw this back in correctly. You guys are much more strong-willed than me. I'm just lazy. I get too much stuff. All right, here we go. All right, let's pick a winner. All right, back in business here. Seeing if I can erase on my new desk mat. This desk mat, any desk mat on my desk is just going to get filthinated with ink and pencil and whatever. You just got to own it, right? Rufus. That new Leonardo does look nice. All right, let's pick a winner here. Liber Estet. Liber. Winner. What? Again? I know, you were on a run here. I should just hold this till next week and you'll win again. All right, email me. hello@penaddict.com. Tell me you won the pencil. With me, it's coffee on the desk mat. I actually keep that stuff off to the side of the desk mat. Like literally like right on the edge is like a coaster. But yeah, it's just, I write on this stuff. I use this stuff. It's going to get used, right? Whoops. All right. Nice. Rufus. That was the dog's name. Thank you, Minky love. So, Rufus. So this was Rufus, right? Oh no, Rufus was the booty one. Oh, this is Toby. We saved Toby till last. Okay. So this is Toby. Yay. All right, Rufus was the... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not showing you. Rufus was the booty one. Whiskey was the one we just used, the sleepy one, because Whiskey, was drinking. This one's Toby, which is my dog's name for all you new viewers here. Okay. So we saved Toby. We saved the best for last. That's what it is. So this is Toby. Brad, I was just thinking, once you get down to 100 pins and keep that balance, you then changing your name to the Pen Recovery. That's actually pretty funny. I don't think so. But we should. All right. So that goes there. All right. All right. So what else do y'all want to talk about today? Again, I had no plans today other than to come on, say hi, chit chat a little bit, and then go ship. I got a lot of shipping to do since I've been in the bed most of the week. At least the last 2 days. I haven't been able to work very much, so. But I did want to come on and say, hey. Hello, my name is Brad, and it's been 3 days since I bought a new pen. Oof. I'm getting anxious. I'm getting anxious to get these pens sold to see where I'm at. We might actually be able to do a count here this year. I am feeling better, much better today. So there was no stream yesterday. I was still in shot recovery mode yesterday. I barely got through the podcast yesterday. If you were late to the stream, I had to type to Mike in the doc, and the show notes is like, we need to stop here. Do you think you'll buy a Conan if they reopen? I don't know. Like, I'm going to sell my Conan, right? And I feel comfortable doing that. And I don't have to have another one, but I could. I don't know. I can't say. I'm not shipping out the Montegrappas. Yes, that is number one on the list today. As soon as we're done, we're gonna ship out the Montegrappas. That is, I'm 2 days late on getting that done. I didn't time the release of that with my medical things this week. So you got sick from the vaccine? No. I just got tired. I got 3 shots. I got a flu shot, a COVID booster, and a shingle shot all at the same time. So I just got really tired. So I've been basically taking a lot of naps, but I didn't get sick. I didn't get fevers or chills or any of that stuff. So that's why I basically took some time off. Is the CY Gravitas pen launched yet? I will definitely be interested in that. Not yet. Oh, hi, Ben. Hi, Ben. Gotcha. I didn't think it was out yet. So yeah, I was basically sleeping the last day and a half, sleeping it off. Well, you probably shouldn't get 3 at a time, but I scheduled it to where I could get 3 at a time. If I got 1 at a time, I wouldn't have. If I was just going to get the flu shot or the COVID booster, I wouldn't have sweated it at all. But I was smart enough to get all 3 at the same time. And the shingles is probably the worst one out of the bunch to get solo. But yeah, get your boosters, get your flu shots, take care of yourselves. But they are launching in Japan at the end of the month. That's not far. Aren't we like halfway through this month? I've been doing sort of a bujo and ordered a cousin of Vec for 23 and I'm having buyer's remorse. Why are you having buyer's remorse? I have not watered my plant. I told my wife we need to get on the repotting of this plant really quickly. It's a little droopy. Actually, I'm going to take it out of here when we today and think about repotting it. Afraid it's too much structure for me. So it's 1 page per day, right? Murdoch with the 8 months of subbing. Thanks for being awesome. CY gives me permission. I'll show them next week. Okay. That plant does need a shot. So Fiddle Twist, were you just using like a blank notebook and rolling your own? Was that the challenge? Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that planner I linked yesterday? Rolling your own. I don't know. It depends. Depends on what you're thinking about. It depends on what your current setup is like. Um, did y'all see this yesterday? The Habino. Yeah, have people been using that toasty treat? That blew my mind yesterday. It was like not really a great podcast topic, but I was like kind of taken aback by the whole thing. So this is the one I mentioned on the podcast yesterday. It's the Habino. Yeah, we're gonna repot it. I have the Habino. It's a little chunky. 768 pages. Some people are very excited about the Habino. I know someone who bought 3. Their name is Toasty Treat. Some people. So yeah, this whole thing fascinated me. Has this been around for a while? So this is the main page. It's 2 page per day. Looks too chunky for me. I like the idea. 2 pages per day, but I would need an Avec Habino. Gotcha. You didn't buy any? Liar. Liar. Okay, you throwing April under the bus? You think it's new? Okay. So yeah, this really caught me by surprise when I was looking at planners. And like for some people, like this is gonna be the ticket. Like I'm glad I got my shingle shot because I would break out. I'm breaking out in hives just thinking about filling this. So, but for certain people, this is going to be amazing. Like it really caught me off guard when I saw this. I was like, what is happening here? But it seems legit. So I am excited to get into my 5-year, my weekly, my plotter weekly is going well. You can tell, when a notebook or anything is going good for you, or a planner or a calendar is going good for you, is when you start to not be able to close it because you're just using it for stuff. Golly, that was the keyboard, I promise. Yeah, you just got things in there, just like, but like the weekly stuff's looking good. Spreading this stuff out, it's feeling good. Digging it. So that's been good so far. I'm saved. It's sold out. Oh, they'll get more. Midori is pretty good about restocks, I think. Can't use the Habino. It's too thick. Oh, see, look. JB Paper and Pens has a Habino available for anyone interested. Nice green ink. That's Ackerman number 28. It is the green ink to rule them all. It's the one, chat. All right, we're gonna wrap it up here today. Is anyone streaming? Anyone streaming stationary stuff? Because I need to go catch up. So we couldn't go long today. I need to go catch up on shipping since I'm behind this week. Anyone we should toss it to? Y'all look and tell me, and I'll go look here in just a second. Whew. Let's see what's going on out here in the world. Trying to see if we can run into some random planner content. That's always my favorite when we go surprise people. Love your face. Thank you, Slumber in Studio. Appreciate all of y'all hanging out so much. This is so much fun, right? Let's see. No one's streaming. No one's using any of the tags. Come on, people.